Good morning. I know that, I'm not really dressed or anything. I'm wearing my mother's, I guess it's a moo. She gave it to me when I had back surgery, and I love it. And I'm holding a memory bear that I had made when my Aunt Joy passed away. Um, at that point in time, there were only three sisters left. And this particular bear is the bear that belonged to my Aunt Cora. And today is her birthday. And I miss her so much. So, I just wanted to say happy birthday to her. And today, just for me, the my Aunt Corey died on Halloween in 2014. Uh, I read a quote that said, "Where there is much love, or where there is much grief, there was much love." Very true. Oh, so very true. So for today, again, we're going to try this. My little memory bear is going to accompany me we're going to move on to something a little bit happier. Well, I don't want to say happier. The love that I have for my aunt will never go away, nor will the grief until, you know, um, but she would not want me to sit here and be sad all day. So, we're going to do an unboxing of sorts. Um, my Aunt Corey didn't wear makeup until later on in life. Excuse me just a minute. Okay, we're back. I still have my Aunt Joy there, and that belonged to my Aunt Corey. It's I'm not sure what happened to the mouth. Maybe he got hungry. I don't know because it seems to be on his paws too, or her paws, I guess, since it was for Aunt Joy. Um, Very precious. But anyway, let's move forward, and is going to accompany us. And I'm going to try to keep it together to get through this. Yesterday, the mailman delivered me happy. I love makeup. I came to YouTube because I have something to share. I thought about this all night long. Didn't. It came late in the evening, so I didn't have time to do the video because it literally. I was unboxing, showing it to my daughter as my husband came home. So there was no, he had a truck to work on. There's no way that I could make a video with that going on because you just don't want to hear all that mess. Anyway, in my little box of goodies, let's just explore. From Ulta, my order from Ulta. Now, let me say, I like shopping at Ulta. Very, very much so. Um, I have looked into Sephora. Um, I am a forever Estee Lauder girl. That will not ever change. However, we can add to the fun by trying other products. And so that's what we are doing. Um, you never know. Day to day, high end makeup, keep the good stuff for Sunday morning. It's just that simple. Back in the day, it used to be that we looked good when we went to church. You know, we wore nice dresses and or clothes and things like that. And now we've gotten to where we don't do that quite so much. And I think maybe we need to take our good days back. Ooh, shame on me. I'm preaching to myself this morning. Um, I think maybe we need to. We've gotten so uh, casual that maybe it's time that we just kind of got a little uncasual. I don't think that's a word. Anyway, that little sermonette had I didn't intend for that to happen. It just did, and it's for me, and maybe it's for you. My point is, by saying that, it's not so much. I wouldn't be afraid to go out with no makeup on. I've done it before. If I don't feel like putting makeup on, I don't do it. Makeup is just that. It's makeup. I like to watch Wayne Goss videos. I've learned quite a bit of tips and techniques from him that have proven to be wonderful. So, and that's one of his key things that he reminds me of in every video. At the end of every video, he says, it's only makeup. You wash it off at the end of the day. It's only makeup. It's not, it's going to go down the sink. So, remember that. A good makeup day, a bad makeup day doesn't make who you are. Be who you are and have fun with the makeup. Be kind, be beautiful. And this should probably be at the end of the video instead of at the beginning. But hey, just doing it off the cuff today. Anyway, let's look at what I got. Shall we? Yes, I think so. It's amazing. I went and got me. Yes, I speak southeastern Kentucky English. I had to learn it. I'm not, I always had an accent, but as an adult, when I came back from Germany, I had to learn how to speak a different language because I worked in the parts business, and whenever I went to work at a parts house in southeastern Kentucky, well, let's just say I couldn't understand them and they couldn't understand me. So it took me about 6 months to get the language down pat. Sadly enough, it took me longer to get that language down pat than it did German when I went to Germany. Don't ask me to speak German now because I cannot. Basically everything that I learned is gone. I'm not going to open all of these because I just don't want to do that right now. I want to get this done because I have to do the Wake Up Makeup show, and then I have an important phone call to make, and another video because I'm just going to start a series on guardianship and the things that I've learned. And the VA is a messed up organization, and they'll either come shut me down or they'll fix the situation that I want fixed. And I'm fighting tooth and toenail, and I'm not done fighting yet. So I have to make it. Oh my gosh, I hate this cat sometimes. I don't hate him. I hate his behavior. He can be sweet and loving, but that's Prince, which I introduced you to before, losing his marbles. And by the way, it's like 7-something in the morning. I messed up my sleep cycle, everything like that. But you know what? It's my Aunt Cora's birthday. It's also Elvis's birthday. I'm allowed to sleep in a little bit. I'm allowed to enjoy it. We may just play Elvis music today. Who knows? It's what my Aunt Cora would do. So, anyway, I got some Revlon lipsticks. We're going to just kind of like, I like these. I got number 477 Black Cherry. I had actually gotten it from Rite Aid, and fortunately before I opened it, I went on Ulta and it was cheaper. So I returned the one that I got from Rite Aid and got the one from Ulta for $2 cheaper. And it may just be $2, but it's $2. Um, I'm over somewhat buying makeup at Rite Aid, pretty much. I did it because I had plenty points, but and I'm rambling. But 657, Fuchsia, such a pretty, pretty, pretty. 660. I didn't look at the color. Very hot. I'm so excited. I never really wore a whole lot of purples. Or cream. I had like one purple lipstick that I think was, I can't remember. It was a drugstore brand because I always had, red lipstick is always my thing. I may have a pink or two, but generally it's red lipstick. 668, Primrose. Primrose is my friend. I use primrose oil on my face. I take primrose oil to help my old body. I need to start back taking it because I took a break from taking everything that I was taking after the steroid shot injection because things started happening and I wanted to make sure. Hang on. My phone is charging, so of course something I said activated Siri, which is cool, except for when you're making a video and you don't want Siri activated. But hey, it's happened to my friend Brian O'Brien on the air, on the radio. So hey, number 740, Cranberry Red. See, there has to be a red in there. There has to be. Red is just my favorite color. And 850, Plum Velour. I actually have one of these that I didn't return to Rite Aid because, well, I just loved it too much it was worth buying a backup. Anyway, those are the lipsticks that I got from Ulta. And I suppose I'm going to do this kind of backwards from what other people would do it because that's just how I want to do it. My mind just keeps changing and bouncing around, and I'm just going to go with it this morning. I got the Smoked Urban Decay palette. I didn't get the full palette because I've never used Urban Decay, and to put down $54 when I could give it a shot at 22, yeah, or 29 or whatever. So I got the little palette, and I was pleasantly surprised because whenever I looked at it online, I didn't realize, crap, just how pretty it was. Oh my gosh, I just can't wait. And I'm not a swatcher at this point in time. I'll show you what I do with it on my eyes because, yeah, we're just not going to do that today because, and yesterday I was much happier with this. I don't know, because I don't know what changed. There it is. And in it came the Urban Decay upside down. Let's turn it around and drop it. The Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, and that was just a really happy moment for me because I have wanted to try that, and there's supposed to be an eye pencil, and evidently it ran away from home. And what that means is I had it yesterday and I didn't know where it went. Oh, wait. It's in here. This is a Perversion 24-hour eye pencil. And, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Just barely touched it on my arm, on my hand. Oh my gosh. Now I may have to swatch these colors, but I don't want to because this video is getting way too long already. And I have the fun. I can't wait to try this. I've heard so much good stuff about Urban Decay, and this is the small palette, and I'm a happy woman. I told my daughter last night that I just wanted to sleep with my Urban Decay palette and hug it up next to me. But more than this, and don't get me wrong, I'm excited about this palette. I really, really am. I'm excited. I've heard great things about these palettes. I'm excited to try them. I'm hoping that I like them. I want to get the other palettes. But at the end of the day, I like to play with makeup. And when you're playing with makeup, if you paid $45, I think that's, or $54, I'm sorry, dyslexia, for a palette, you're not going to play with it as much. And by that I mean just play in the makeup like a little girl or like a little kid, play dress up as you would a cheaper palette. So when I was in Ulta the other day, I saw this and I kind of just said, nah. But my, I did get some samples, a Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. Yay, because I wanted to try that. Yay, that makes me happy. Yay. I'm sorry. I just can't keep a train of thought going. Got some stinky stuff. That's what we always told the kids that it was stinky stuff. It's either stinky stuff or smell goods. It just depended upon what kind of mood we were in. Because we always told them we have to have perfume on before we leave the house so we smell good. And I actually think it was my little nephew that dubbed it stinky stuff on accident. But it's a joke. It's not really. But I got a sample of the Gucci Bamboo. Smells pretty good. And Be the Evolution by Kenneth Cole. I'm not sure. That's another person that I'm not familiar with. Yeah. Whatever. We'll figure him out. Anyway, I just thought whenever I placed my order, this is something that I just had to get because I started back wearing makeup to combat depression, to combat dealing with chronic pain, because it got to be more and more, it's more depressing if you're in pain and you're going places and you just look washed out. You look like you don't care about yourself, because when you're depressed and you have chronic pain, that's an easy place to go. And yes, I have my little thing on today. My hair is still wet. I washed it at 6 o'clock last night. It's still wet. Yeah, go figure. Anyway, so this is between November through winter time. It's generally my hardest time of the year now. I have other little air times. I grieve hard. It's like I told the sleep therapist lady that I seen the other day. It's not. Cinda, stop. I'm sorry. They need baths badly. Anyway, I grieve hard. Things affect me. I'm not saying they don't affect anybody else, but they affect me. I battle depression, but I don't ever really wake up feeling, just depressed. Something happens and triggers it. And, to have clinical depression and tell a doctor that something happens that triggers this, they just kind of look at you and go, huh, that's interesting. Well, it's true, so, And I think it's true for most people that deal with depression. Yes, it's a chemical imbalance, but something happens to cause that chemical imbalance. Something creates that. Um, and invisible illness is a tough thing to live with. So that's another reason why I am here on YouTube, is because I deal with it. Other people deal with it. I have a story. I can help somebody else along. But anyway, I said all of that because I've been a little elfy, which means that I jumped on the elf bandwagon late. Just before Christmas, I started using elf products, and they are so much fun to play with. Now, they do not replace my Estee Lauder. They do not replace my high-end um, product. And for me, my high-end product is my Estee Lauder. Okay, Urban Decay, the price of the big palette is right up there, close to where my Estee Lauder palette is. But we're just going to see how that happens. But whenever I started wearing makeup again, I came up with a couple of little, I've got little mottos and catchphrases that I use to keep motivating myself forward. My Aunt Joy's, my Aunt Corey's favorite song. Um, in fact, I played it at her funeral. She had asked me when I was 14 years old if I would play and sing at her funeral. Um, and I agreed, because at 14 years old, you really don't think you're ever going to have to do it. Um, and at 48, I did. Um, uh, anyway, her favorite song was One Day at a Time. And I always said all through my life that once, whenever I played that song for her funeral, that it would be, and there's a whole different story that goes with that, and I'm not going to go into it this morning because this video is way longer than I intended for it to be. But obviously there's a reason why either I'm doing self-therapy or somebody else needs to hear what I'm saying, so we're going to keep going. Anyway, so I'd always said that I would retire that song and I'd never do it again after I'd done her funeral. Well, when it came time for her funeral, uh, that song became embedded in me, because I realized what she knew, and that's that we can only do today. We can plan for tomorrow. We can't do anything about yesterday, but we can do today. And that's all that we have to do is today. All we have to do is this moment. So that's where that came from. I think I've talked about left foot forward. If not, we'll do that a different time, but that's from my father. And courage in the fire. And that comes from a shirt that my sister got me back in the spring, when a lot was on my plate and on my shoulders, which there still is. It's just easier now. But anyway, through that journey was when with my mother's insistence, was when I started wearing makeup again. And it is something, like I said earlier, to combat the depression. When you look at yourself in the mirror and you look pretty, which, I mean, I look pretty now. I have good skin. I've been blessed. I've taken pretty good care of my skin. And I still do. I have shiny nails, and I just love that. I don't wear nail polish, but I can buff my nails, and they're shiny and pretty. And, I do too many things with my hands that require, I can't remember to put on gloves. So, for me, nail polish is just not something I do regularly. My mother says it's my next step. We'll see. I don't know if I can afford a nail polish addiction. I'm just going to say. Anyway, with makeup, when I talk about makeup, I have two little things that I say. And one of them is makeup orgasm, which probably shouldn't share that with you, but, it's just a funny between me and my daughter. And it's just because I have developed, it makes me happy. You know, I've developed a, you know, healthier, I guess, look at makeup. Um, it's not something that I have to do. It's something that I want to do, and I want to do it every day. You know, I'd give my skin a break every now and then, but I enjoy doing it. You know, I do the wake up makeup show. That's just how it is. I post my pictures on Instagram and Facebook, um, which I should link down there and probably will at some point in time. I'm going to take time and clean my channel up at some point in time. I just haven't made it there yet. But anyway, my big, big thing with wearing makeup is that I always say that I sparkle. I I started doing mason jars, painting them and tinting them, and we went on to, you know, coffee cups and things like that. And it's, again, it's just a crafty thing that I do. They're not fabulous. Somebody can probably do them better. I don't care. Um, it's creativity on my part, and I play with glitter. Love glitter. So, you know, whenever I first started back doing that, I called them my eye sparkles, um, with the because of the glitter and because it was creativity. And so whenever I started back wearing makeup, sparkle was another word that went back into everything. So when I saw this at Ulta the other day, I really wanted to get it. And then I decided not to because I hadn't tried very many Ulta products. And I thought, you know, I really just don't know if I want to go there or not. Well, I bought some Ulta palettes, and then I decided that when I had ordered the Urban Decay palette and the lipsticks, I decided it jumped out at me again. And whenever I seen the name again, I thought, you know, I really have to have this, even if it's just my Traveler or even if I never wear it. The tag is my reminder. The tag, I don't know if you can, it says, I was meant to sparkle. And I think that is something that we all should remember, is that we are meant to sparkle. So, but before, you know, I almost closed this video. But this is just so adorable. The the glitter, of course, the sparkle, I just love it. And I may not ever use it because it's just so cute. But I have become in love with palettes. It has 6 blushes, 2 matte lip, I'm guessing, I don't know if they're lipsticks or lip glosses because I haven't taken the plastic off and really played with it because, you know, like I said, it was right at the same time my husband was getting home, so I had to, like, you know, I don't know, let's see, 24 shadows, um, some primer. I'm adoring the purple right down here, right there. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun. Um, these are glittery shadows, sparklies, and little bitty trial size. Um, you know, which I love. I love trial size things because then you're not overly committed. You know, but the only thing that I don't like is I don't use sponge applicators anymore. But that's okay. I know some little girls that do. But yes, and it was $14.97. How can you go wrong? I mean, $14.97. But yes, you know, I should be probably, most people would probably be happier with the Urban Decay palette. But, and I am thrilled with the Urban Decay palette. I can't wait to try it. But this, for me, just spoke to my heart. And like I said, always remember that we were meant to sparkle. And it doesn't matter if you sparkle with makeup, without makeup. Um, always don't lose your sparkle. And I love you. And happy birthday, Aunt Cora. And have a good day. See you. Bye. Do you have anything to add? Or are you just jumping up on to see what I'm doing? Poor little cat. Outtake. Prince jumped up on the bed and scared the crap